I see you. You can run, but you can't hide. I didn't know that we were playing a game of hide and seek here. It's not exactly the most appropriate time to be playing, especially considering your position as the Emperor of the People's Republic of California. Why are you running away from your subjects? Why are you running away from the people who are looking to you to be their hero? Do you remember how, when you were growing up, your parents always knew when you were up to something? They always knew when you were feeling a bit guilty. Even times you thought you got away with it, your parents still knew. They just decided not to bust you. But as you get older, you realize how your parents always knew when you had done something wrong, even if you refused to confess. You start to understand how they knew you were lying. Because as you get older, you've experienced being lied to yourself, and eventually you start to pick up on things that liars do. Little quirks, changes in voice tone, the inability to look you in the eye, having trouble finding the words to polish the lie that they're trying to tell. Liars will often speak in vague terms. They refuse to give specifics, or they go the complete opposite way and provide way too many details. What's that old saying? The greater the story, the greater the lie. For example, husband comes home late one night, wife asks him where the hell he's been and who he's been with. Oh, honey, I was with Ted and Fred, Bob and Rob, Jim and Mel Kim. We were having guys' night at church. We performed the Lord's Supper. We prayed with the pastor for 36 and a half minutes. It was wonderful, honey. I feel spiritually cleaned. When the reality is, the bastard just spent $1,000 at Club Shay Shay being mesmerized by the seductive prowess of the dancing queen, Jackie Mahomes. Yesterday afternoon, a clip of Gavin Newsom was circulating on social media. Obviously, 2025 hasn't started off well for the Emperor of the People's Republic of California. Southern California has been devastated by wildfires. According to the media, firefighters are having a hard time containing the fire because of hurricane-force winds. Now, initially, some thought that the whoopee cushion from The View was visiting the People's Republic. They assumed that she consumed her usual serving of beans and she was unleashing her powerful boodle breeze. But obviously, that's not the case. One of the reasons that firefighters are having a tough time containing the fire: they don't have access to water. They hook up the hose to the fire hydrant and the only thing that comes out is air. Now, I'm no fire chief. Well, this is the People's Republic. I don't think they refer to them as chiefs anymore, since that's a clear violation of the woke commandments. So let me rephrase. I'm no fire guardian. I have never been through the required training to become a firefighter, but I'm pretty sure that water is a key component to fighting fires. If you don't have access to water, you're screwed. Naturally, residents of Southern California, they are pissed off. They're out of patience. They are tired of the excuses. More importantly, they're tired of the incompetence. Yesterday, Sky News in Australia, they filmed one of the angry residents as they chased down the Emperor of the People's Republic, Gavin Newsom. Gabby thought they were playing a game of hide and seek, and he gave a very valiant effort, but he couldn't find the cover needed to hide. Knowing that he was in a precarious and potentially embarrassing situation, Gabby knew that he had to think quickly. He needed to come up with an excuse, a lie, that could get him out of this confrontation with a justifiably angry mother. Unfortunately for Gavin Newsom, he hasn't mastered the skill of critical thinking, because he came up with a lie that no one was going to believe. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. 24 hours before his confrontation with Mama Bear, Gavin Newsom was confronted by Andy Cooper from CNN. Now, to his credit, Andy is working real hard to keep his woke welfare. When rumors began surfacing last spring that CNN could be laying off their unknown stars in prime time, Andy took a break from polishing the turd to polish his resume. Now that his resume is polished, Andy is back on the streets covering breaking news. He just so happened to run into Gabby as firefighters were running the streets desperately searching for water. Andy was feeling a bit parched, so he asked Gabby where he could find the nearest Kentwood dispenser. As the governor of California, you would think Gavin Newsom would know where to find water. Gavin Newsom's response to Andy was essentially, "That's not my job. Watch it for yourself."
Palisades ran out last night in the hydrants. I was talking to the firefighter on this block. They left because there was no water in the hydrant here.
The local folks are trying to figure that out. I mean, just when you have a system that's not dissimilar to what we've seen in other extraordinarily large-scale fires, whether it be pipe, electricity, or whether it just be the complete overwhelm of the system. I mean, those hydrants are typical for 2 or 3 fires, maybe 1 fire. You have something at this scale, but again, that's going to be determined by the local.
What? Excuse me? Come again? Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. You mean to tell me that you're out of water and you don't know why? You're out of water and you don't know where to find more water. Look, again, I'm no expert. I have never been the mayor of Ding Dong, Texas, much less the governor of a republic the size of California. But if I'm understanding this correctly, you're telling me that California, which is one of the largest economies in the world, last I checked, I think California was the 5th largest economy on Earth, yet somehow they seem to have plenty of water in Egypt in the middle of the desert, but they can't seem to find water in California? How in the hell is that possible? How can the 5th largest economy in the world not have water? I have been to Los Angeles. I have been all over the city. Several years ago, I stayed for a full week in Long Beach. When I looked out my hotel window, you know what I saw? The Pacific Ocean, and that damn thing was full of water. But you're telling me 20, 30 miles inland, they can't get access to that water? Why? How in the hell is that possible? These are the same questions that millions of people in Southern California are asking. And one of those people caught up to Gavin Newsom yesterday and confronted him about what seems to be sheer incompetence. Sky News in Australia filmed the confrontation, which, by the way, where in the hell was the American media? Where was CNN, MSNBC? Where was Fox News when this happened? Thankfully, Sky News, they were on the scene. They filmed this concerned mother as she confronted Gavin Newsom. Her daughter's school had just been consumed by the fire, and she was wondering what the hell Gavin Newsom was doing about it. Gabby tried and tried and tried to avoid this confrontation. But as you guys know, there is no such thing as avoiding confrontation when Mama Bear is angry. A concerned, pissed off woman, a concerned mother, they will dedicate their life to getting the answers that they're looking for. As he was confronted by this concerned mother, Gavin Newsom, he tried to come up with an excuse to escape the confrontation. Unfortunately, though, for Gabby, Mama wasn't buying it. Watch it for yourself.
Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the call.
Why is the president not taking your call?
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. and it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids, losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To fill the hydrants. I would fill them up personally, you know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
First of all, credit to this mother for not backing down. Credit to this mother for refusing to take no for an answer. Credit to this woman for busting Gavin Newsom on his blatant lies. This was probably the worst moment in her life, and this doofus, he's lying to her face. I'm sorry, ma'am. I don't have time for you right now. I'm on the phone with my good friend Johnny B. Biden. Really? You expect me to believe that? You expect us to believe John Biden knows how to answer the phone? My inside sources tell me that John Biden still has a rotary phone in his Delaware dungeon. He thinks it's a damn payphone, spends most of his time looking for the slot to insert the quarters. But once Gabby was busted in his lie, he's got to lie again. Well, I'm not actually on the phone with Johnny B. I'm trying to reach him. I keep getting a busy signal. He's probably on a conference call with the Power Rangers trying to figure out how to save the day. So, you're not actually on the phone with Johnny B, but you're trying to reach him. And you can't reach him because your phone has no service. Again, I'm no expert. I'm just speculating here. But I would assume that the Emperor of the People's Republic has a satellite phone. One of the main reasons to have a satellite phone is so you have service when cell towers are down. Although cell towers are normally durable, there are times when they're not working. Hurricanes, tornadoes, blizzards, or, I don't know, wildfires. I'm just finding it hard to believe that the president was avoiding calls from the governor of a state that's currently in an emergency. I don't give John Biden credit for much, but even I don't think he's that incompetent or that careless. I think Gavin Newsom was saying anything he could to avoid this confrontation. We're trying to get you resources. What resources? Can you be more specific? You know what resource they need most right now? Water. Can you find time to find some of that? Back in September, Hurricane, I think it was Helene, devastated Florida. But did you notice there wasn't a lot of blaming? You want to know why? Ron DeSantis was prepared. As governor of Florida, he knows hurricanes are bound to happen. Nothing he can do to stop them, but there are things that he can do to prepare. My wife's family lives in Tampa. The recovery efforts were damn near immediate. How come we are not seeing the same thing in California? You tell me. Also, give me your thoughts on Gavin Newsom in this confrontation. I think he was lying to this poor woman. What about you? Sound off in the comments below. Best way to contact me is through email, btlkc84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys later.